A Seat in the Garden. Genre, short story. Published in One Good Story That Won, 1993. Themes, identity, racism, colonialism, misunderstanding, stereotypes. About the author. Thomas King is a celebrated Canadian writer of Cherokee and Greek descent, known for using satire and humor to address Indigenous identity, racism, and colonialism. Story overview. The story follows Joe, a white farmer, who is disturbed to see what he believes is an Indian sitting silently in his garden. He seeks help from his friend Red, who is himself indigenous, to deal with the situation. Joe's fear and obsession. Joe becomes increasingly agitated by the presence of the man in the garden. Though the Indian never moves, speaks, or reacts, Joe projects his own fears and assumptions onto the figure. He believes the figure may be a threat or symbol of a deeper problem. Red's reaction? Red remains calm, sarcastic, and humorous throughout the story. He challenges Joe's racist and paranoid views, often by playing along with irony and subtle critique. Red represents Indigenous perspective, but he never confirms whether the man is real or not. Symbolism of the Indian figure. The silent Indian is a symbol of colonial guilt, Indigenous presence, and unresolved history. His silence forces Joe and the reader to reflect on how white society fears what it cannot understand or control. The story critiques how Indigenous people are often spoken about but not listened to. Themes explored. Colonial anxiety. Joe's fear of the Indian reflects historical guilt over land ownership and displacement. Stereotyping. Joe's assumptions about the figure expose how Indigenous people are seen through cliches. Voice and silence. The Indian silence becomes powerful. His mere presence unsettles Joe more than words ever could. Satire and irony. King uses humor to expose racism and the absurdity of settler fears. Ending. The Indian remains unmoved, and Joe's obsession grows, showing how some people invent threats to avoid facing truth. The story ends ambiguously, leaving the Indian's identity and purpose open to interpretation. Conclusion. King brilliantly uses a simple story to explore complex themes of race, land, guilt, and identity in post-colonial Canada. The garden becomes a metaphor for colonial space where the Indigenous presence refuses to be erased.